it was kind of a different situation for me just because I kind of left the industry for a while and kind of started my own business. So
Hmm.
my intent was never to come back into a corporate setting. Most people, talk about. But with the circumstance of my business and then having the set time to come back into it. Yeah, I kind of like started off slow and then was really hesitant about kind of trying to reach back into a big corporation setup.
Hmm.
But when the opportunity came up for this position and seeing that it was a new facility within Bakersfield, trying to get an idea of like maybe this is something I want to check in and put my resume out there. Was immediately reached out quickly by BSK.
Hmm.
And honestly, the smoothness of the onboarding, just the smoothness of just the interview process was super easy and super light for someone wanting to get back in the industry but not sure about it. So I was super happy with the initial contacts, and then when I was told that we're going into a teams meeting with like 8 other people, you're like, all right, cool, we're right back into this. Just kind of just getting into it. Everyone's personality was amazing. Honestly, one of the, I don't want to say easy in the sense that like it was just knocked it out of the ballpark kind of interview,
Sure.
but it was just such a great group of people just to get into a conversation, and
Hmm.
it didn't feel like it was just like, oh, I'm gonna get every bit of information out of you of just like what you've done. They all kind of had an idea of my experience, but just the calmness of the conversation and just getting to feel that they wanted to know me as a person and what I could bring into BSK was one of the best things
Yeah.
that really got me going. All right, I was like, all right, I think this is gonna
It
be,
can work.
yeah, this is gonna
Yeah.
be the group I come into.
Well, that's good. I mean, it sounds like you had some apprehension,
Yeah.
definitely. And if it had just been stuffy or sort of, I guess the stereotypical
Yeah.
sort of like, we're gonna read from a script interview,
Yeah.
that might not have flown with you.
Yeah, and with so much experience in the sense of like hiring people too, like you have the cutout. You have, this is how I do it, and I've always been just apprehensive on that because of just what kind of information you get from people. I mean, you can easily read from someone's resume what their experience is. You really want someone that's going to mesh with your team and mesh with your group and go with you and just be part of it. With how a lot of businesses grow. I mean, everything changes all the time. So that was the immediate feeling that I got when I had that interview with everybody and just went, you know what, I like this. I think this is going to be it. So
Yeah. In a couple of the other interviews I've done recently, there's been a lot of talk about the teamwork
mhm.
piece and really being able to have confidence in the folks you're working with. So it sounds like that was part of what your
Yeah,
at least initial
yeah.
take was.
It didn't feel like you were just going to get put into a position and just left. Like
Hmm.
and again, like it, I'm very confident in my experience, but to start something new and get back into it, I'm nervous, and like, and it's a different industry, and like my main focus before in the past was more oil field and energy and of chemistry, and
Hmm.
then this is going back to basic clean water chemistry. So there's still differences in things test wise and process wise and who you're dealing with state wise or
Hmm.
so to have that help and feeling comfortable with my group being there and knowing that they're going to support me, perfect. I
Yeah.
think that was one of the things. And we work in laboratories in small groups, and you see these guys all every day for a week. Like
Yeah.
you see a lot of your team.
Sure.
So you really got to mesh well with them.
So that was your initial take 6 months ago, and now we're today. And has it all panned out the way you anticipated? Or
Yeah, I mean, honestly, I've had an amazing time. My hesitation going back into a corporation setting, it's completely gone, especially with the way that BSK handles their culture. That was the really biggest things that I've taken away from the time that I've been here so far. Just being so accepting, and it's kind of it's still a business. There's still work involved, but I'm back into that fun. Like
Mhm.
I'm having fun at work, and we're getting things done, and there's so much progress. There's so much change going on, and just how seeing my team sprout and develop, just with what I'm adding to it, is amazing to me,
Yeah.
and I'm having a blast.
Great.